How you doing? Welcome to Wow. Shout out to that. I feel like I have somebody on the side with an applause sign. Y'all did that though. There is no one but me and you here. How are you guys doing? It's wonderful to have you here. So I'm gonna give you some rules. I'm gonna let you know how to utilize our facility, which is like the microphone in the restroom. And then I'm gonna tell you the rundown of the shows for the night, okay? So, first I wanna let you know who I am. I'm Sumbodies' mama. I am the Grand Slam champion of the Nuyorican, and I want to thank you guys for swimming out here and making it with me tonight for this open mic. No, you got your Michael Phelps on out there. If you are here today, you treaded water, okay? Yeah. No, I'm a member of the Nuyorican Poetry Slam team. You feel me? Look, my breaststroke is strong. So I just want to let you guys know that this event is live streamed. It'll be accessed on YouTube, but like also like if you're in a witness protection program, maybe not this microphone, maybe not that one. All right, cool. The exits. You remember the door you came in? Yeah. Use that door to get out, okay? Cool. If you need to use the restroom, when you bust a right out of here, you're gonna bust another right. Restroom gonna be right there. Let's say you bust a left up out of here. You gonna bust another left. Where the restroom at? Right there. There's also like a water machine in case you get parched. Go on and handle that. Ooh, you see what I just did? Don't touch my microphone, okay? I shouldn't even be touching my microphone. We're gonna get to those later. I want to advise you to respect the space that we're in. No graffiti, no garbage. I know most of everybody's mama. I will call your house. I will let them know. Okay, cool. Silence your phones. I know we're connected to the world outside. It's a very damp, cruel place today. So just go on and silence your phones. Show respect to all of the performers. Cool? I'm gonna adjust the mic. Remember you saw how I like almost knocked it over? Let's not do that. I will adjust the microphone for you when you get up here. So the event is live streamed. There's gonna be this logo right here that is on the screen in between people speaking. So you're gonna see the Nuyorican logo. I'm gonna adjust the microphone. As soon as the Nuyorican logo leaves that screen, it is your time, okay? We are recording you. If you wanted to go back and have like a professionally recorded video, you wanted to start when we can see you, start when you can see yourself, okay? There's a monitor right here for that. Cool. There aren't so many people on the list. Wink, wink, feel free to sign up. All of my women performers are gonna go first. So all of my female identifying performers will go first, and then I'll handle all of the men, okay? I love you for showing out, for being allies, for bringing your art, but you gotta wait for the women. Cool? Cool. I wanna say there is no censorship, no hate speech, no nipples, so no nudity. I like nipples, but not here. And then there's also no theme. Talk about what you want to talk about. Just don't hate on nobody. I ain't gonna have to stop you. Also, shout outs to Paul in the control room. Hi, Paul. Paul on the sound. All right, listen. I'm from the Bronx, so I'm really loud. So when you come up to the microphone, right, and you right here, maybe don't scream like I need to hear you from down the block, okay? Paul is doing a great job. He's gonna catch you. Let's try not to blow out his eardrums. Cool? Also, everybody should get about 3 to 5 minutes on the microphone. I am going to have like a little timer set if you wild out and you feel like, you know, it's your one-woman show. But aside from that, are y'all ready? Woo! Give it up for yourselves again. So I am going to spit something for you. Not planned. Probably gonna read it from my jack. My phone. Hope you don't feel no type of way about that. And then after me on deck, do you guys know what on deck means? Let me explain. So I'm gonna announce the performer that's gonna hit the microphone, and then I'm gonna say on deck. On deck means that person is coming up next. So right now, somebody mama is going to read you something. But on deck, we have Angie, okay? I low-key might have this memorized, but I don't want to try y'all today, okay? If a black woman is shot dead in her apartment by the cops she called, and no one's body cam is on to see it, does her family get the truth? To be both black and breathing is to tread the balance between staying seen but never preyed on. Gotta pray to stay in their line of vision and out their line of fire. Gotta live stream my walk home and all my sexual encounters. Gotta keep the cameras rolling or fuck around and fade into the background. Now look up, Massey. Say justice is the flash of a camera. It's being behind the scenes and beneath the scope. Now look up, Floyd. Say strike a chord. Justice is a viral clip. Is the truth before the trial and after the acquittal. Now look up, Massey. Say, where's the footage? Did you get the shot? Was it breathtaking? Will they call it a Picasso? Cause it looked more like a goner to me. When I say the only people in my hood with guns I fear are the police, I mean, I am more likely to bury my brother behind the rampage of a glorified pig than to natural causes. When I say my brother, I mean all three. On a college campus or in Claremont Park, it make no difference if they made the phone call or fit the description. If it was a warrant, if it was a wallet or a hairbrush, with or without a warrant, in front of your kids and behind a prayer, they will empty clips into your body. We'll call it justice. We'll cry colorblind. I mean, any common Karen could cry carnage through a black community with a phone call, and the only chance at justice will be the truth caught on Mrs. Johnson's ring cam. I mean, look up, homie. Say, I'm not ready for the casket, but I will not go out without the footage. I'm praying that I make the director's cut and spare my mama the funeral cost. But if not, let my slaughter be a viral sensation. May it break the internet the way I know it'll break my father's heart. May it be the reason why you think twice before you call the cops. May you never have to be black and have to call the cops. And if so, may their body cam be on. Yeah. All right, so coming up, let me do it differently. On deck, I have all the way from the merch table, give it up for Jasmine. But coming up to the mic right now, give it up for Angie. No, give it up like she paying your rent for the next 3 months. Give it up like the price of eggs went back to a reasonable price, okay?
This is not what I...
Angie, your hair is cute.
Thank you. Jesus Christ. I was not prepared. Can you get 5 seconds? Okay. I'm gonna just choose a quick little love poem. Is that okay, guys? So it goes, never thought a poet who has so much to say could become so speechless, where silence makes his debut appearance. Where it's more than just tasting you, more than just spending time with you, more than just getting high for the nights I spent with you. I was examining the glory identified within you, realizing that I manifested you, realizing that I need you, realizing that I didn't just want to get with you, but I wanted to get to know you. A love like Queen and Slim minus police involvement, I'd rather rewrite the ending, ensuring it ends in happiness and not a catastrophe. Love bombing, I don't see that happening, but experiencing each other's majesty, I see that happening. A love that withstands the test of time is worth having. A love that isn't worth passing but prioritizing. A love that isn't closeted by manipulation though constantly evolving. One that isn't prohibited but celebrated. One that isn't neglected but respected. One that isn't rejected but accepted. I'm talking about God given, I prayed and he listened. I'm talking about loving basketball as Monica and Quincy, not Malcolm and Marie. Not Brown Sugar, Sydney and Dre, but Melanie and Dwayne if you kept up with the game. He doesn't check his mate, but make sure the check gets paid. Doesn't play with his food, yet has you for dessert because you taste good too. He communicates properly without treating you improperly. Gives you props, but doesn't label you his property. Doesn't clock or block you, but locks in divinely. Helping you access what God has plans for you, instead of messing the plans that he has for you. Love shouldn't be complicated, but more like Willie and Dwayne from a different world. A love earned after all that's burned, a peace that comes after all that's learned, a rebirth with preserving, reframing from a love that's self-serving, something more than just burning, rather earthy. Do you hear me, my fellow earthling? He makes me put the work in. For him as though it's worth it. His love I don't second guess it. His actions depicted. I told him, don't just put the tip in. The whole thing can actually fit in. I can take it. I can take it. Your heart, I won't break it. This love has to be invested. I won't quit. I promise. We're never ending as long as we're cooperating. I don't see this love fading, but elevating. Praying our love doesn't max out, but remains rejuvenated. Seeing our wish being granted to find a love that we never imagined. An upgrade we fathom because it's so random. One filled with orgasm and compassions. One filled with lots of clapping and ass smacking. No need to send him home packing. One that's passionate and not ratchet. One where he holds me like a blanket. Where we laid up laughing, he's not out trapping. Where we vibing and fake rapping. Where he's not outside using straps against his targets. No, he shot his shot and watched me catch it. My heart, he snatched it. His ex messed up, so God rematched him. And he knew he was panted after all that's happened. No need to watch time pass me by, so I grabbed him and made him mine so no one else can have him. That's my little baby. I refuse to share him. I'm sorry, your man is just not him. That's my time. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys. If you guys want to connect with me, you guys can follow me at ANGIIE3200. If not, come talk to me personally. I don't bite. I'm pretty easy.
Ooh, give it up for Angie. Yeah, she did that. Oh, I didn't even realize you was this tall, girl. I just want to say I'm trying to manifest a lot of those things, so we're gonna pray together. So on deck I have Zaum. Give it up for yourself, Zaum. I'm so excited that you came out for me. And coming up to the stage right now, give it up for Jasmine.
I have not done this shit in a couple of months. Last did it, I choked bad. So this is my return to the stage for 2025. My heart begs for a pause, beating heavy and slow, pumping out blood and empathy. My mind is on fast forward, playing a highlight reel of family trauma. My limbs move in reverse. The hands of my ancestors pull my arms back, their bloody prints painting my skin as they yell their battle cry into my waiting ears. We were born to fight because battles never stop. Thank you. So it's a work in progress, so it's short at this point. To follow me on IG, it's jasmineg.nyc. Thank you.
Also, I would love it if y'all saw Jazz at our merch table. The Nuyo, we always reaching out to the community. The community should also reach back out and help us. We need funding. We need money. We need volunteers. I'll holler about that and ways you can get involved at the halftime. So right now, I want you to give it up for, no, I be lying. I be getting ahead of myself. What you say, Jazz? My mind is on fast forward? Yeah, I need to slow down. All right, so on deck, we have Demi Divine. Yeah. But coming up to the stage, and I need you to give it up for her as she makes her way, okay? Until she is here and settled. Give it up for Zaum. Yeah. Keep it going. I don't want no minute audience. Y'all got this. Hands is strong. Where the stamina at? Give it up like every day is a great day. Because it is. You made it here. Thank you.
Well, it's always wonderful to be at the Nuyorican Poetry Cafe. Woo! And thank you, Sumbodies Mama. And we miss Karadad, but we're all here. And it's Women's History Month that they always try to erase, just like everything else. But I think that the stories of women are so important. And what I really like is the red the missing and murdered women's movement, because all around the world, all these wars, women get trapped. They have to flee, they get separated, and the red dress movement is here in America, but it's everywhere. So my grandmother went through the Armenian genocide. And all these genocides are still going on. They're still going on. So. She saw women throwing themselves off of cliffs not to be raped, throwing themselves into the well, poisoning themselves. And then I realized if she had done that, I wouldn't be here. So I give her, she sacrificed herself for the rest of us. And there's this book, The Armenian Genocide, Testimonies of Eyewitness Survivors by Virginie Solvastian. And it took her 55 years to write this book. And one of the stories in this book is about this mother that spent 2 years looking for her daughter, searching in the Syrian desert. And so the name of my poem, and this is a true story, is Who is Looking for Me? A gaunt, skeletal Armenian woman sat near the village well. For years, she had wandered searching for her daughter. She gazed at the long veiled forms coming to fetch water with only their eyes showing. Finally, on the third day, she approached me saying, "Is that you, my dear Arisa?" Her voice surged through my heart, piercing layers of forced slave bride pain, indentured life of other. Now the womb offering is reunited. The unrecognized becomes recognized. And so it's really interesting because in this story, she finds her daughter, and her daughter takes her back to where she's like a slave, and the guy eventually has pity on them and releases them. And it's really beautiful that that happened because so many women, you know, they were with people that had murdered their relatives, and to you know, try and deal with that. And the thing is that this genocide is like in Artsakh. I was in Artsakh in the 90s, and just recently in 2020, 2023, we were attacked, and there's missing and murdered women. And the Azeris put some of their photos on their Azeri websites, advertising them for sale to be tortured. So this is not only way then, it's happening now, you know, and so I just think that we have to think of all the unheard women. You know, they're having a CSW conference, but you need a big map of the world and see which women aren't represented in all these conferences, because a lot of time it's just white privilege. And so we have to like find ways to bring the whole world map into being. So my Instagram is Anush for Justice, ANOUSHFORJUSTICE. You know, I fought for the liberation of my homeland, Artsakh, but, you know, it's a thing of a Muslim jihad, and they don't like Christians, and they, you know, turning all the churches into mosques, and they wiped out, you know, Artsakh from the map. And it's really tragic, but we all have to fight forever to defeat these monsters. Thank you.
I'm so sorry. I'm messing it up out here in the world. Give it up for Zaum. All right. On deck, I have Liz. Liz, you in the building? Oh, hey. It's all right. It's the right time. I promise. So on deck, we have Liz. But coming up to the stage. Oh, there you go. I see you, girl. Give it up for Demi Divine.
That's cool.
You look like a sexy tangerine.
The tangerine is crazy. Hello, everybody. How are we feeling? All right. I'm gonna do a poem I haven't done in a while, actually. So we'll get through this together. This is Lost Souls. I don't know if it was the rain outside or the fact that I knew this was all coming to an end, but My mind kept drifting to you, reminding me of things I thought I had forgotten, and somehow now everything seems to be so vivid when my mind decides to rewind for a bit. My heart becomes heavy with things I thought to be old news, and as I throw this last shot back, attempting to lighten the burden with this light liquor, I realize that maybe, just maybe, I was drowning it all. When did we become this broken? Shattered like the bottle that was now out my bedroom window, its pieces all over the floor with just a hint of self-worth still oozing out from the bottom. The light liquid touching the pavement as if it was asking Mother Nature to make it whole again, but how could she when I just used it all to fix my broken pieces? I had so many questions for something I thought was answered. My mind seemed to be just lost. Like a newborn baby trying to understand what the faces everyone keeps making are. Why everyone keeps telling me I'm so beautiful, but I can't seem to believe it. Why so many want to hold me, but only up until I'm crying. Why don't they tell you that being an adult is just like that? So unprepared for the heartbreak that life throws at you. No one tells you how to heal your heart without feeling like you're falling apart every step of the way. And for a few years now, I've realized the downfall I'm in. The way it seems impossible to love anyone, impossible to trust anyone, to respect anyone, but worst of all, it's how much harder it is for me to do those things for myself. What's the step I take to loving myself just as much as everyone else around me seems to? To respect myself enough to know that anyone that I allow in my life not only loves me, but respects me and my boundaries. And that's when I realized that's where it begins, with boundaries. With knowing when and how to say no, no explanation needed, no excuses followed behind, simply no. It starts with repeating affirmations. It starts with repeating affirmations in the mirror as your dry tears become wet all over again because you just can't seem to stop crying. The affirmations don't even sound true, but you keep saying them because you know one day they will be. And then one day comes when you're sitting in your room, just you and your affirmations. Your phone is nowhere in sight because you've lost the will to keep track of others' lives as a distraction from your own. The joy you get from spending time within yourself has become too fulfilling. Wow. Your soul is smiling bright, and you realize that finally you can breathe again. The air around you is lighter, and the sound of nature is knocking against your window. She wants to give you your flowers. She's realized that there's sun shining through, and it's coming right out of you. As she walks past your window, she realizes that she's not stepping on any broken glass recently, but still, your pieces are back together again. Yeah. All right. Thank you. All right, I actually got through that better than I thought I would. I appreciate you guys for receiving me and hearing me. If you would like to follow me, my Instagram is Demi Divine. That's DEMIIDIVINEE. I hope you all get home dry in this very disgusting wet weather and have a lovely Wednesday night. Thank you.
Give it up for Debbie. She has very beautiful delusional dreams for you. You are going to get wet when you leave here. It's pouring out there, but I appreciate you for your hope. Shout outs to that. All right, so on deck, we have Kai. But coming up to the mic right now, give it up for Liz.
A lot more nerve-wracking than I thought. I'm going to share a poem that I wrote back in the summer of 2020 about the resilience of Black women. The poem is titled, A Tale of the Strange Fruit. The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Here is where you'll find the strangest of fruits. This fruit bleeds black, not red, white, nor blue, with sap so rich an entire nation grew. And in this fruit, there's a pit that's exceedingly tough, for the poplar that bore her was mangled and rough, thump, thrashed, and battered as part of her history. What makes this fruit sweet is still a mystery. They say that struggles today make for sweeter tomorrows, so listen closely to the events that follow. Despite being sure and strong in her identity, this fruit for no reason acquired an enemy. The nation she birthed despised her and her tough pit. They'd say, how dare she be so resilient? So they harvest this fruit by 2s, 3s, even 5s. It's honestly a miracle this fruit is alive. The nation meant to outgrow the strange fruit, but her skills of survival were rather acute. She's always been told that you reap what you sow, and this fruit will not go till she's got what she's owed. She's always been told that you reap what you sow, and this fruit will not go till she's got what she's owed. Unwavering and tall is how she stood, protecting all plants in the neighborhood. Although she has fallen and may fall again, we replant and nourish the Sandra Blants. This fruit lives in us and cannot be maimed. That's why we remember to say her name. Thank you. My name is Liz.
That was beautiful. Liz, I know that you came up and you gave us all of that. Can I tell the people where to find you? Would you like to come back up and tell the people where to find you? Embarrassed. I think it's a very beautiful thing when you create art that can move you. I don't think that it's realistic to believe that anything that does not live within yourself in that way with all that passion, I don't think that there's any way we could expect you not to be moved as well. I think that's what we require from real artists. So as the beautiful artist as you are, come tell us where we can find you.
My name is Liz. I'm mainly on Instagram, planet_humanity. Thank you.
All right. So, y'all all right? All right. I just got to check in on you because you had me in shambles. All right. On deck, I have Cassie Nunez. Hi, it's my new friend. Hey, girl, with the wings. Okay, so Cassie, you're on deck, but coming up to the stage is one of my favorite people. I can't lie to you. Oh, it's such a beautiful young writer. I also just want to say this is New York City's Youth Poet Laureate, so who am I? I feel so very blessed. It is my birthday week, right? I feel like this is a gift. So give it up for Kai.
I think this is good. Nice. Thank you for being here again. Now I have to live up to that intro. Okay. This is unfinished work. New shit. After ecstasy, peeling my skin back on in the wake of the bloodletting, you left me a wound. In the shape of your mouth, I cried like I have never shed tears before. Your eyes, a shawl wrapped around my shoulders. Shelter is you seeing me whole and wholly broken in a single day. Daily cradling my ashes and leaden breath till the embers bubble back up again and again, mending in the mundane, the train station, a non-Starbucks cafe, somewhere in Manhattan on the way to somewhere else. Somehow, with a glance, you held me into oblivion and back out. I could not handle the weight of your care or the weight of my wanting it, the shame of my desire to climb back into the wound you made of me in the shape of your mouth. And let you make a child of my heart. Let you make me baby. The way you call me baby, like my name is something to hold on to and save for later. Yeah. Let you make me small, so small I can't find me anywhere but you still peer into my every pore. Pour into my every ache, an ocean in your eyes. I can't fathom why you would ever fantasize about someone who looks like me or feels like me or feels like me. Messy. Don't I leave a stain? Ain't I hard to get out your skin? Ain't I dirty? Ain't I sick? Don't I make you sick? Don't I leave residue behind? Don't you want to be clean of me, of my colors, of my hues? Don't I bruise? Don't I bloom blue all over your black skin? Ain't I blemish? Don't you want to wash me out like blood down your bathroom sink? Ain't I sin? Ain't I ugly under all of this? Wasn't I a broken bitch before I even met you? Before I even let you in, didn't I dig into you like grime beneath your fingernails? Ain't I shrapnel? Ain't I splinter in your spine? Didn't I misalign your chakras? Ain't I the chemical imbalance your therapist warned you about? Ain't I a warning? Inverse prophecy, a foreboding note, eviction notice? Ain't I doom? Tomb, the last lost prayer? Ain't I the pill under your tongue? The numbing and the numb you're running from? Ain't I poison? Ain't I the plummet? Ain't I ground zero and the rubble you're stuck under? Ain't I shadow? Ain't I blocking out your sun? Ain't I the cold after spring tempted us then didn't come? Ain't I brick? Don't you want to shake me off? Ain't I something to hide from? I find your empathy obscene and your care costly. I can't afford to be loved like this. Like bliss ain't just a promised lie, fairy tale, folklore, mama's unfinished dreams passed on, empty hope, heavy wish attached to the wrong end of the wishbone. Like heaven is someone I belong to. And home is really just the nightly debrief with you on the other end of the phone till 2 or 4 in the a.m., even if we said goodbye at 10. That's what I have. Thank you. That's what I have. You can find me on Instagram at KaiDG Poet, KAIDG Poet. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Give it up for Kai again. Kai, you have definitely left a stain on me in the most beautiful way. You're marvelous. All right. So, on deck, and right before our feature, we're going to have Shirley Faith. Shout out to you for being here. I'm really excited to tell you guys about our feature. Our feature would be on deck after Shirley. But coming up to the stage, give it up for Cassie Nunez. All the way. Wait until she's ready. Don't stop.
I never actually read a poem. Well, it's not my first time. I haven't done like spoken word like kind of ever before, but yeah. Do you want me to like kind of like explain, or do you want to like ask questions after I'm done, kind of thing? Do you want to like? Oh no, because I guess I wanted to introduce what the poem is about, but like. Oh sure, okay. So I wanted to kind of be it's sort of like an aromantic love poem kind of thing, and it's also it has hints of like it's personal, but it also has hints of like I guess Latina people and also Black people like we also have like it's like we get seen as like aggressive for like boundaries that we set, but inside we really want like we have to but inside there's like this very something soft under us that like it's like but it's like we're aware that people are conditioned to not be able to help but exploit us in a way, and it's like it's just having that dichotomy and like those complex abstract ideas and the way they can't settle on emotions properly. Yeah. So this poem is called Water Eclipse. My brain is kept safe by crochet bracelets, shifting charms wanting to replace what you gave, not accepting the touchless knowing seep through skeletal frame, wishing to see from the window what you see from the maze, the way you know. Knowing the way like the backyard palm fruit closed and hands clasped for the star knowing, but on second thought, you find that gaze without standing in their way, yet you stand in my way. Standing relentlessly, standing from far away with no rest, restlessly mapped in precise obsession, your kneecaps at the feet wistfully melt, for the missed causality in its apex eluding you seek. I make them melt when you see real religion, a real incision, reeling towards recoil, for reaching purpose, for purchase, only to hate what's inside the way you know you can't. The way you promise can't will win because will it so, and stay aware of the loss, fearing fountain fay. Once it comes to the bottom, the center of how you know vexation in the way convex water perceives your image at the destination. Under goddess praise could coins flip into candy to be saved in that way. How safely those offerings nestle among sunken charms with shapes mouthed by fingertip, preciously considered. All things known, funded by trust in the elemental press between something and nothing, for being something which will come to a stop for nothing, it seems. And so you pray to the sacred sculpture, the being of something to be so nothing, that chandelier of beyond may grant the one of water, an eclipse of spatial penance. What's special to me is a slice day centuries, a millennium tilt, and it's that you don't wish, you ask. Which is true, but to ask like a wish is another thing entirely. So my at is like Fae Devil, like fairy devil, like Faedeivel. Wait, no, Faedevil. Yeah, that's it. That one. Yeah. But on TikTok, it's like Fae Devil 7, because someone took that away. I don't know who took it. I don't know why they took it, but they took it. So it's just the extra number. But yeah, yeah, that's all.
With the poems and the wings and the love. I appreciate you. Don't forget, it's just a number for the TikTok, okay? It's just an extra number, all right? It's not that hard. All right. Coming up to the mic right before our feature, but absolutely just as important, if not more, because the open mic is made of you beautiful people. Thanks for coming out. But give it up for Shirley Faith. No, like you mean it though.
That's good. Okay. This to an awestruck congregation of women. In French, je t'aime. You boasted to your siblings that I was the perfect woman for you and how you would take care of me for the rest of my life through acts of service. You gifted me with beautiful words in German. Every day you promised me your home in Switzerland and that one day we would get married and I would no longer have to suffer. You called me Schatz when we kissed. You offered me in English a promise, an agreement, and a future of love filled with quality time, even though you were telling her the same thing at the same time. With me, you learned Spanish to make love. You invaded my sacred language, Espanol, my sanctuary. It's my language devoid of trauma, where I express myself with poetry. In that moment, it dawned on me when you said you couldn't practice your Spanish with me because I talk too much and I don't listen to you, but me with the language that protects my heart, talking because I was only looking for our love language, listening to your empty words, trying to reach your heart, but it remained silent. You already found another who speaks Spanish and French. I am not deaf. I learned that you only speak idiomas and that you are not capable of any lenguaje de amor. It's multilingual _ poet.
Multilingual _ poet. Shirley, right, like a beautiful tapestry. It is such a phenomenal thing. Give it up for Shirley one more time. Give it up for yourselves. You live streamers at home can't see, but this audience is full. This audience is full. They really waded through the water for me today. They waded through the water for the art. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. So I want to bring up this feature for you. I want you to know that, again, I am feeling all of the energy that is It's My Birthday, because this is also a gift. I have the privilege of introducing to you Brittany Barker. Brittany Barker is a poet, educator, and child of God. Yes, may the church say amen. Okay, she is the executive director of Creative Soul House, where she works with youth and adults from across New York City and further, okay? Using the arts, wellness, and justice to build consciousness. She loves acai bowls and a good-ass playlist. She is also a very, very key member. I mean, aren't we all just key members? But she is a very, very, very key member to the Nuyorican slam team called Friendly Fire, and she's also just been an inspiration and absolutely the reason why I came back after such a long hiatus. She is saving the world one community at a time. Please give it up for Brittany Barker. No, for real, like the price of eggs is reasonable. Like you don't gotta pay your student loans back. Thank you.
Don't mind the bottom of my pants. They were supposed to be dry. Thank you. Thank you. She was right. We did swim over here. I'm coming from New Jersey, so it was like floods. I was hopping puddles and all that to get here. But I'm happy to be here. Shout out to our host somebody's mama. And it was her birthday a few days ago. And can we just on three say happy birthday somebody's mama, okay? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday somebody's mama. Yeah. She's so great. I'm excited to be here. Woman Orator Wednesdays. That's what I was thinking about. I was thinking about the name of it. And I was like, what does it mean to be an orator? So, I went on Google and I was like, okay, an orator, public speaker. And I'm like, okay, I'm sort of like a public speaker. And I do think a lot about my time in the public and how I use that time. The poet's responsibility to handle the people with care, because it truly is a privilege that you all are here listening to us, paying us with your attention. Like, that is a gift, and I appreciate that exchange in advance. So I just want to say thank y'all so much. I also be thinking about how to carry my mama's stories too, how to carry her stories with care. So this first poem is about my mama. My mother speaks of her ex, the baby daddy before my daddy. She say his name flat, yet every word with him sounds like a curse word. When she and her homegirls speak of their high school lovers, it sounds like some necessary course they needed to pass. Death, the consequence of failure. Had one of the brothers not taken a bullet to the head, had another not been held captive by the state, it's hard for them to imagine themselves standing here today, their girlhood, the sacrifice. In Aruba, they referred to me and my girl cousin as them young ones. Somehow us, the last borns, have managed not to learn survival through the mouths and the fists of men. For some reason, a bridge was built before we arrived, a sturdy place above the sea of wicked. Now, I can't speak for my girl cousin, but I know I've never had to swim in the danger of abuse. Haven't had a man choke me until unconscious, hold a gun to my head, or suck the esteem from my lips. This isn't a boast about all that I've dodged, but it's an ode to the women who have trekked the miles before and laid bricks, to the aunties who created detours and spared us from walking roads not meant for the soft feet of black girls. It's for the kind of speeds our mothers taught us to move with through curfews and regulations, because they had to beat the fast out of some of us. We wanted to go places, but we had no destination at all. That's the poem. Wow. That's my mama. Thank you. It's true though. My mom, she be saying them stories, and I do think about How to carry her stories with care, as I said, but then also how to weed out what's my story. I don't know about y'all, but sometimes like our parents or our elders tell us so many stories and it kind of gets tangled in our heads. You start to think it's your story. You start living like you lived that story when it really wasn't your experience. So this next poem is about me thinking about my own experience and what it was like in high school too. I didn't know I was a fronter. I didn't know I was a fronter until I learned what the girls my age were doing with their honey. In my early teens, I was a closed jar, unsure if I was jammed or if shame sealed me shut, just that when the boys would hover and swarm in with their sappy mechanics, my homegirls would drop their lids quick and stick past curfews, their collarbones yearning for hickeys they later told their mothers were the bruises of bee stings. We were bee sting to be known and felt. Foolish fiends, looking for lust in all the wrong places, humbled by hormones and plagued by puberty. If the boys were Cupid, they didn't have arrows, they had stingers and a waxy way with words I spent my girlhood dodging. That was ironic though, calling me a fronter, because I spent so much time playing the third wheel in cars I never wished to be in. It's just that it was code to never let your homegirls ride home alone, especially not in a time of prepaid cell phone minutes. Some of y'all don't even know about that. If you didn't know, like, was it after 8 or 9, like the minutes will become free? Yeah. So some of us, we were waiting like, call me after 9, call me after dark. But back then, after dark, back then, even if I dreamt of being a fast girl though, my body language was way too slow to make it to third base before their mothers got home, because y'all know a free crib was never free. A dangerous discovery condensed within time zones. We were time owned, daring the after school hours to be ours, so slick with our schedules, turning free periods to commas. Exploration was endless and their desire was addressed, but I never let my impulse rule my intuition, so I was a fronter. And sometimes I think the boys meant to call me Frontier, because long before I knew what it meant, I was a territory marked off by my mother's mouth. Shame, a border between me and the foreign lands of sex. So yeah, maybe the boys did mean to call me frontier, a line, a border separating two identities conflicted, because I wanted to play but knew I was nothing to play with. I wanted to be chosen but knew it was much better to stay out the count, because in them 2007 to 11 summers, it was trendy to collect us like numbers. There were weird obsessions with body counts. A street math I didn't mind failing. Lennox Ave, matter of fact, every Ave was open game and the heat would tell us it was hunting season. If the boys were Cupid, they didn't have arrows, they had stingers and a waxy way with words I spent my girlhood dodging. I wasn't innocent though. A back row at the movie theaters. Dry humping. Phone cuffing. A small freedom I had to keep on a tightrope, because y'all know how quick the heat could turn to fever. And what I mean to say is some of my homegirls got burned in the fire of their desire. Wow. They were just learning what all this sweet could do. They lured a few, while hot girls before Megan made it sound new, and it was thrilling then, but now they living with burn wounds. The game wasn't fair to us, because the girlies had to choose between purity and promiscuity, and it'd be decades before we learned we couldn't be both. Clean and sticky, kept and curious. It'd be decades before we learned our bodies were holding grounds for the things unseen, for the unsaid we didn't yet have language for, unconscious collections and consequences for the parts of us that were caged and the parts of us that strangers' hands made. You know, sometimes I wonder, who were we before we knew ourselves? And who were we before our past came up for air? And where did all our honey go? That's the poem. I had fun writing that poem. I did, because I feel like it's like one of the freest writing sessions I had ever had. I felt like I was just like tumbling through memories. So I really do enjoy saying that poem, even though it is about like some tough things, because where did our honey go, and why people be trying to steal it? Like, you know, like you could just touch it with your finger, but you don't got to take all the honey, you don't got to take the whole jar, is all I'm saying. But speaking of taking, like, just take a little taste. Speaking of honey, though, and theft of honey, there's a lot of people missing. Zaum, yes. You talked about people going missing, genocides, and the genocides are happening in many, many different ways. And the story of Naziah Harris, right? Like the missing black girls. People are missing of all ethnicities. I want to focus on Naziah real quick, 13 from Detroit. Her auntie's boyfriend was assaulting her. All of a sudden she turns up missing, and the backstory is that he got her pregnant. She's 13, he's a 40-year-old man. He got her pregnant and decided to do something. Her body has not been found. No one knows where she is, and it's just something that's been sticking with me, and something that comes up in a lot of my poems. So I have a poem that it's unfinished, and I'm gonna share it with y'all. That's cool?
Yes! I love this! It's an exclusive, y'all. Exclusive!
I can't. This poem was actually inspired during a writing session with my team. I'm a part of the Nuyorican Poets Cafe Slam team. We got Ogba and somebody's mama in the building. And it's called Brigade, if I can find it. Okay. They don't lift fingers for the girls from where I'm from. History hid us so well, there's no surprise when we disappear in it. Been this nation's best kept secret, how deep they keep the memory of us, how hollow the mystery, how century long the echo, disruptive the reverb of us. We such a loud noise, they want to cut the volume off, but a big mouth is a black girl's first form of resistance. And my mother never kept quiet because she had sisters whose silence could summon sadistic men. If the girls never spoke, they'd have to stomach it, and some of them grew pregnant with resentment, with fear and rage, got left with things in their womb they still struggle to give birth to today, left for dead on hospital beds, to hold the roof of households up alone, to be the front line against every oppression. Y'all, a genocide happens in many ways. They turn the lights off on you. They fake the dark to make you think you're of it, a hidden thing, so when you're gone, no one knows you're missing. I know why Toni Morrison pulled Pecola from the ether, why she pressed through galaxies and hushed to hear that little black girl's voice, because if you let the world tell it, we ain't trying to say nothing, ain't running, ain't being hunted by something. We say sis got killed for boiling water, and they call it hyperbole. We say a bullet entered Brianna's dreams and they mistake it for metaphor. Like my kind ain't turned hashtag at traffic stops, getting pulled over and turned organ donor. Like the only time we get your attention is at the candlelight vigil, or the first time you brought us flowers was at the funeral. When we ask you to say our name, we don't mean during the search party for our body in the woods, silly. If you ain't part of the Black Girl Brigade, I don't want to hear a thing from you, because I still got an attitude about all the cracks they tried to make us slip through. The narratives muffled, the cards sneak shuffled behind our backs, how you only ally for Instagram for decades. For decades, our only hotlines have been our mothers' mouths and prayer calls. And our only truths have been to tell the truth. Call it gossip if you want. Our neighbors had to speak. They had to watch out their windows and report on what they'd see because we needed curfews, and they had to check our phones because do you know how many of us have never made it back home? When a black girl's asked the question, where you been, it drags centuries with it. Girl, where you been? Girl, where you been? Girl, where you been? No matter how delicate, it got a twang of suspicion, because where I'm from, they name the black girl's murder suicide. Wow. We vanish, they call it magic trick. Say we shapeshift, we blend with the night, make our families wait and wait. But black girl, we building a brigade, a line of defense, a gang of goons, griots, godmothers, and glory keepers that'll gather you alive and breathing before the morning could ever claim your bones. Thank you. Just to track back, that poem, the team, we are still working on a poem about those who are missing. And I remember somebody's mama brought up Carly Russell and how Carly Russell's story complicated the conversations about missing Black girls, because, which I know about Carly. Does anybody remember Carly's story?
Go on and holla at them, let them know.
What you said?
No, I don't want to be wrong.
It's okay. Tell me what you know. All right. Well, Carly, she's like, please. You want to share it?
Carly Russell is a 27-year-old Black woman who faked her own abduction. She said that she saw a young toddler on the side of the road and then left her wig in the car, and it became a viral sensation that she, in fact, was never missing.
She was never missing. So a lot of people use that to start a conversation about, see, this is why we don't look for y'all, because she wasn't missing. And Carly is just one, like an anomaly of the people who are actually missing. Well, after we started talking about this as a group, I started doing a little bit of research, and there was someone named Tawana Brawley in the 70s or maybe the 80s. I'm getting the name wrong. And I started writing a poem about this, but Tawana Brawley was found alive in a garbage bag with feces on her torso, and the words "pimp nigger" was written on her, and she accused like 2 or 3 white men of abducting her. Al Sharpton and everybody backed this campaign, and the grand jury ruled that Tawana made it all up. I haven't made a decision yet. I'm not sure. They said she did it to herself. And it made me wonder why are the girls doing that same thing almost 30 years apart? What does it mean? Like, what happened in that gap, and why would someone from 30 years ago do the same thing that someone, did just a few years ago? It says a lot about what's going on with us. Mm-hmm. And the last thing is about disappearing yourself. Like, if that's the last thing, the last resort that a Black girl takes, like, what does that mean? If that's your way for us to give you attention. Yeah. This last poem is also new, and thank y'all. And it's about it's about my family, how I process feelings, and just me looking back to uncover, why am I like this? I don't know why I'm like this. My father had turntables in the living room. He didn't speak much, so what he didn't say, we felt it through the boom, the vibration rattling picture frames, and my mother's hands steady adjusting the family portrait, making sure it stayed on the wall. The house was awake when the bass said it. Was an alarm clock or a lullaby. See, Dad could play deep into the night, would stay up late in his feelings, cycling through records until the neighbors started knocking, telling us to turn the volume down. Soon we got headphones, me and my sisters. We wanted to hear our own feelings, learned how to make the music say it for us. My sister grew to enjoy what she could lock behind 16 bars and shush with the kick of an 808. My other sister would sweat in the heat of a love song, and though I was 6 years old and too young to understand the burn, I knew what her fevers meant. Could tell the season of her relationships through the playlist. What we were silent about, the music made us witness. My mother couldn't function in our noise. I never understood why she had to yell, till I tallied all the quarrels that came when she dared adjust my daddy's decibels. She was a talker. She liked it unplugged, kept her queries a cappella and honest as a gospel song. Sometimes she'd ask if I was okay and not trip on the silence, afraid to carry my weight without the company of a smooth beat, because moving my mouth without a melody to cover me felt too naked. And I took that into my last relationship. Me and my ex enjoyed standing through concerts more than we enjoyed sitting in our feelings. We light a blunt and let J. Cole speak for us. 2-step or maybe slow dance around the elephants in our bedroom. I still send my ex-best friend songs to let him know I'm still thinking of him. Hoping a little SZA, Georgia Smith, or Ari Lennox scat could camouflage the sound of our intimacy crumbling. What we were silent about, the music made us witness. These days the playlist don't hit like it used to. I find myself skipping songs or turning the volume down to a secret. It's like no track can put its finger on what I'm feeling at this age. These aches off tune, every harmony, turning me loose before I could cling and bury my things in it. Besides, My father's turntables have disappeared from the living room like his wedding ring and the family portraits, and I awake raw with nothing to drown my emotions in. I could hear the history of what happened to us echoing through the silence, the reverb, rattling my entire existence, and I'm left to wonder if this is why my daddy played his music so loud. Wow. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for listening to my new things too, my new poetry. And you can, of course, you can find me on Instagram. I run a company called Creative Soul House, as somebody's mama has shared. And we do not only poetry showcases and so on, but we also host workshops and just community wellness spaces. So if you liked how I made you feel today, imagine being in a workshop with me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you should pull up. So Creative Soul House is the organization. That's the name on Instagram. And my name is Brittany Barker. Thank y'all so much.
Give it up. Y'all louder than that. Y'all louder than that. I know you're louder than that. I know half of y'all personally. Yes. Go on, give it up. All right. So me and Paul, we do this little dance at halftime. So I'm just going to make a few announcements. Paul, are you ready? Oh, hit us with the first flyer. All right. So our poetry slams at the Nuyorican. Here we go. Oh, Paul on the flyer. Give it up for Paul in the control room, y'all. Yeah, Paul. All right. So at the Nuyorican, we have a slam that happens, but because we don't have a space, it happens at the Bowery. So we're calling it the Nuyorican Bowery Slam. It happens every Monday. The winner of that slam wins $20. That's cash money, y'all. You could buy you a Metro card and dream about more dollars. The doors for that event start, they open at 6:30, but I want y'all to know the line is probably full maybe 30 minutes, an hour before that. If the weather is nice, show up at 5 or you won't be on the mic. I was just not on that mic. All right, Paul, come on, hit me with the next one. Oh, here we go with the flyer. Okay, so if you win the Monday Slam at the Bowery, you have a shot at wait, hold on. This flyer didn't sync up? But that's the only one that matters? Somebody holler at me. This is the only one that matters, Paul, because you the man. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. Just wanted to make sure that my audience could also see the appropriate flyer. Anyway, I was saying, if you win that Monday Slam, right, you can mess around, get invited to the Friday Slam. So now our Friday Slam happens at the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater. It starts at 9:30 p.m. The winner's gonna get $100 cash money. So remember that 20 I told you could buy a Metro card and some dreams with? This is the dream. The $100 from that final Friday. All right, Paul, hit me with the next one. Whoa, I know this event. This flyer looks so familiar. Okay, so every first Wednesday of the month, I'm gonna be here hosting Woman Orator Wednesday, aka Wow, because isn't it amazing that all of us showed up? Like, wow. This is an all-act open mic. It is by and for women and women X representing people, but we do like our male friends and family members and supporters, and so after all of the women who sign up for our open mic hit the mic, I always allow the men to bless us with their art. All right. Also, I think there we go, Paul, my man. I love this. It's like a nice little tango we do. Okay, so the second and the fourth Wednesday of every month, the Nuyorican has an open mic. It's gonna be here. All of the open mics at Loisaida Center are live streamed. On our YouTube channel. The doors are gonna open at 6. I also want to just let you know that, like, if you're looking to take your work to the next level and receive high quality like video and audio, this is the space to be. Okay, cool. Paul, hit me with the next one. Look, it's a QR code. You get to scan this QR code. If you scan this QR code, you're gonna find information and tickets for all of the Nuyorican programs. So we have many other programs than the ones I just announced, like the online open mic, the Know Thyself meditation and writing workshops, slam workshops, teen open mics, 1,000 words open mic, and it's at ICP. We have so much more than that too. Isn't that crazy? All right, last, did y'all scan that? All right, I hope y'all did, because now we on the next one. This one is very important. I need y'all to scan this one. This is how I have a space to write poems, to create poems, to change lives. This is how you have a space to write poems, to create poems, to change lives. All right, so go on and scan that. The Nuyorican Poets Cafe is a non-profit organization, so ticket sales and grants do not cover all of our programming. Donations, no matter how big or small, are greatly appreciated and welcome, and tax deductible. Per on the tax deductible. So go ahead and scan the QR code or visit nuyorican.org/contribute. Paul, I want to thank you, because that was a beautiful dance. Give it up for yourselves. We are at the last part of our open mic. I'm going to bring up the two women who are left, and then we're gonna get into all the men on our list. Are you guys ready? Yeah. Are you guys ready? Yeah. Exactly. I know you're from New York. Stop playing with me. All right. So coming up to the mic is it's gonna be Lainey, but hold on, Lainey. I wanna let them know. On deck, I have. She just walked in, and I'm pretty sure this is her name, but I don't see her. Sadiqa? Yeah. Ooh, check me out with the memory, y'all. So on deck, I have Sadiqa. But coming up to the stage, she just ranked 9th in the world at Woman of the World in 2024. She is only 19 years old, and she is the captain of the NYU Slam team. She also happened to be the feature for last month at this event. So go on, give it up for Lainey.
Yeah, y'all got the thing, bros? Yeah? Oh, we teed. There's a thing. This my yeah. I'm short like this. This work. What's up, y'all? Y'all gonna vibe with me today? Yes, we are. Somebody's mom, I promise I'm not gonna play on your mic. It's just that this one's an open mic. Go ahead and start the beat. Go ahead and I'm ready. No. Turn it up. Turn it up some more. Is this as loud as it go? Brian, come on, turn it loud as it go. It's okay, y'all. Hold on. Is this as loud as it go for real? It's coming. All right, can you run it back? Now that we turned it up. I'm sorry. Can you run it back? Yo. Honestly, I got a lot on my mind. Sometimes you gotta get it off your chest. Somebody's mama, I promise I'ma do my best. I'ma spit it, but I don't know, it might go up, might reach the crest, might fall, but I might come down and I might lose it all. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, the shit I've been through the past month, I swear, I can't even put it into a poem. I had to get up here and spit it off my chest and try to say it right, cause I don't know, I'm just trying to live my life. If I told y'all what a white guy said to me last week, if I told y'all what see, I had to bleed that part out, cause I can't even say that thing on these mics, but I still gotta spit it right. So you just gotta go and do it, ask yourself, tell me, oh, black girl, who you gonna run to? Black girl, who you gonna run to? Black girl, who you gonna run to? Come round the corner and there lies you. Black girl, who you gonna run to? Black girl, who you gonna run to? Black girl, who you gonna run to? Come round the corner and there is you. And y'all, I'm dealing with this all. My mental health going down. I swear it's not even fall. The sun is out. I should be happy. I should be laughing. But honestly, I just wanna go and lose it badly. Like, I should really be calling back my daddy. And I should call back my mom. And I ain't seen her. I should write her a song. My sister's birthday, but she out the country. So I just gotta come here and hope that this can be me, face my fears, and hope that this can get me someplace in some way and get me paid enough to get these student loans off my ass. I'm not gonna lie, NYU is scary. That tuition is too high. It don't make no no sense. Like, bro, do you think I got a jar in my behind where I can just pull out money off the dime? They told me go to Paris, study for the summer. I said sure. Then they sent me an email talking about here's 3K. Hope that works. Like, yo, how am I supposed to eat? How am I supposed to fly? How am I supposed to stay there? And how am I gonna get high? Do they even have weed in Paris, or is that cool in France? I heard they don't fuck with black people, and I really like that romance though. So it could be cool, you know, find me a nice little French boo. But like, if they don't fuck with black people, what I'm gonna do? I don't know. So I gotta keep going, and I'ma keep throwing. And you just gotta ask yourself sometimes, sink it right back to flowing. Like, tell me, black girl, who you gonna run to? Black girl, who you gonna run to? Black girl, who you gonna round to? Come round the corner and then there is you. Black girl, who you gonna run to? Yo, black girl, who you gonna run to? Black girl, who you gonna run to? Come round the corner and then there is you. Okay, y'all, so sometimes I really do say things, and like, if you want to follow me on Instagram, sometimes I be saying way smarter things, and it be Lainey the Poet, LANEYTHEE, like Megan Thee Stallion, and then Poet, you know, got you.
I want to thank Lainey for doing whatever was on her heart today. I want to encourage everyone to feel this free, to do whatever it is you want to do here in this space with me. I'm somebody mama. It's always safe to be yourself with me, okay? Lainey, I appreciate you. You inspire me to be unapologetically myself. I think they loved it. Awesome. All right, so on deck, we're about to get up into this into the masculine energy. Thank you again for coming out. But on deck, I have Adrian, I'm hype. But coming to the stage right now, give it up for Sadiqa.
Hi everyone, I'm really nervous. I haven't performed in a minute, so. This poem is titled The Chai Cup. I wrote it a while ago, so I'll start. The Chai Cup. Wear the green dress and gold sandals. Fix your hair and let it be less tangled. Make sure to talk less and not ramble. But most of all, make sure to hold the chai cup by its handle. How you wish to trample the chai cup. But you're not supposed to act up when the guy comes for his close-up. Instead, you have to walk up and give the cup to give the guy the chai cup. The chai cup that lets the guy have a glimpse of the perfect wife you will be. The chai cup that lets the guy know that you will dim your light to be a damsel in distress. The chai cup that lets the guy know that his demand is your command. The chai cup that lets the guy know that he can backhand you anytime you show your view. The chai cup that lets the guy know that like every woman before him, you will make do. But you will never make do because that's not you. So what do? You drink the chai and trample the cup because fuck patriarchy. Thank you, everyone. On Instagram, I'm Sadiqa95. So it's just my first name, 95. Oh, yeah. Sadiqa, SIDDIKA 95. Thank you.
That's what's up. I really appreciated that. She came in late, but you know, she showed up with the poetry, period, okay? So now we get into the masculine energy that showed up today. Shout outs to y'all. So coming up to the stage first, I want to give it up for Adrian. No, I'm lying. Why am I always doing this? I live backwards. My brain, y'all. I'm sorry. Lies. On deck. On deck, I have Sammy. Sammy, you in the building with us still? Yay! On deck, I have Sammy. But coming up, give it up for Adrian. Adrian, you tall? I had to come by and get like a measurement on his height. It's all right. Don't worry about it. It's good. No, you need it higher than that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
My ego
that's good.
wouldn't allow me to bring it up that high.
I'm sorry.
He was like, I'm not doing that.
Mic check. How y'all doing? Yeah. I'm good. All right, appreciate it. Shout out to all the performers that went before and those coming after. Y'all did awesome. I got a little piece. It's a little song about special women in my life. You know, I got a lot of them. This is my grandmother on my chest. I got some family in the audience, so this is like a tribute to them. I can turn it up a little bit. That's good. Look, thank God because he made me. I'm thanking my mother for how she raised me. If God was a woman, she'd be my mother. If God was one of the ones, so no, you won't find another. No, you won't see me crying. No, you won't see me suffer. Hiding behind the screen, steady lying to each other. I'm hiding what's really real. It's killing me not to feel. We can't hide from his eyes, so in time it'll be revealed. Thank God because he made me. I'm thanking my mother for how she raised me. If God was a woman, it'd be my mother. They both are one of one, so no, you won't find another. Hoping you find a lover who sticks closer than a friend. Someone who's really for better or worse until the end. You won't understand till you take a chance with your heart, even if it means picking up pieces that fall apart. Thank God because he made me. I'm thanking my mother for how she raised me. If God was a woman, it'd be my mother. They both are one of one, so no, you won't find another. Y'all entrance is my exit. No part of this world, just someone I slept with. Bring my son in this world, but I done left it. Now a bastard turned king is all y'all left with. Thank God because he made me. I'm thanking my mother for how she raised me. If God was a woman, it'd be my mother. They both are one of one, so no, you won't find another. No, we'll do it again. If you give me one more chance, get back on my feet, forget then do it all over again. I feel bad for what happened, but didn't change from my heart. I just hope that I'm saved before it all falls apart. These are my words to my wife. No father at home, single mother, so I might be ignorant to manhood. Please be patient as I fight all these bad habits I have. Forgive me in advance, I'm a sinner, will never be perfect. I just want to change. I hope that I'm worth it, don't need to settle for no man. You got everything you need to succeed, and I know sacrificing your life to make another, that's heroic. God bless the child, another reason to smile. Spirit talking manifested through this mic. I'm a poet, but all that is mine, what's mine is yours. So the finer things in life you won't find in stores. No more running the streets, but still can be up under me. I can promise we won't argue or fight, but know my limit. Hard not to smother your lover, let him breathe, can be dependent, and it won't be rented. Not like these niggas driving in Phoenix. No more will I put my family before you, cause we stuck together a couple, but no longer two. Not enough time to say everything to prepare you. I give you my truth, pray and hope it don't scare you. It's actually my second time performing like in public, so I'm a little nervous. It's a little rough. Nah. Find me on Instagram at _YAH_2X_. All right, thank you.
First off, Adrian, you're mad tall. That's awesome. Also, like, shout outs to the mom. Were you also, like, rapping to your shorty? Is your shorty here? Shout outs to your shorty. Hey, the shorty and the moms came. He brought them with him. Everybody waded through the water for this. I appreciate you. That was beautifully done. Shout outs to you, Adrian. So, on deck, I have Rock Crazy. Rock Crazy is on deck. But coming up to the stage, give it up for Sammy.
Thank you. first time ever doing this, so please bear with me. Very nervous, and you guys all been phenomenal. I never knew what I was getting into when I met her. Black hair, dimple smile, glowing energy, hazel eyes. I was stunned, but played it cool. I hope she likes what she sees. Perfect sunny day with a slight breeze. She can't stop smiling. I must be doing well. So well. You ever been in love? I know you're thinking, wow, that's so much on a first date. I can't do small talk. I need to know you, everything about you. And she let me in. And in love I fell. And in love she did too. I never felt more secure in a friendship than with her. Easy to be myself. So quickly became part of my nervous system. Every thought, idea revolved around her. Because to be loved is to be known. And I know when I see a menu what she will order, know her thoughts of a kitchen design, sage walls with beige herringbone black backsplash, farmhouse sink and double ovens, warm lining because our eyes are sensitive. I'm trying to be attentive. Or the fact that you prefer the end of a boxing fight because they hug. She's love, and I love everything about her. Thank you. Thank you. I don't have Instagram. I wish I did, but I don't. I'm not part of social. Email. Appreciate the time.
I want to say that is amazing. I want somebody to remember what color I want my kitchen painted and what kind of tile I want. Herringbone is such a very particular vein in marble. I hear you. I love a man that pay attention to detail. Anyway, it's not about me. So on deck. Oh, I just want to say I really like this space because we allow all art forms to be here. So on deck, I have a dancer. His name is Smooth. He is really not to be played with. But coming to the stage right now, give it up for Rock Crazy. No, you know I like it loud up until they get up here. Stop playing with me.
Thank you, love. Yeah, bless. I'll be honest with y'all, it's been a hell of a minute since I've been on the mic in front of public, so excuse me. But I want to appreciate all you guys coming out here doing your things. That's what brought me out, to see the creativity and what have you. So I figure while I'm here with y'all, share peace of mind, you know what I mean? Can't say I really got a title for it, but there you go, you know what I mean? And it's, deception, it covers the eyes of those who walk in ignorance. For instance, many wander on paths with no ends, no destination accomplished by souls incompetent. Intolerance to one's opinion confirms quotes upon the statement. Preach of revelation, spoken through John, witness of God, by the born Savior, risen in Christ, living in rock, to bring a new order, a path where there's hope for those that's lost, leading the sheep from slaughter. Deny yourselves, pick up your cross. Sacrifice the flesh, put into death, that nature's sinful. That part of man that's found to be known as a detestable spirit haunts the temple of those who worship idols. Punished in Revelation chapter 9:20, within the Bible speaks a given law, which we all fall and are grasping much of the wisdom, knowledge spoken through prophets and prophets such as the one Isaiah speaking in spirit in 53 about the born Savior, which my priest can set you free, escape captivity. No longer in bondage by heavy burdens becomes a load off. When in your heart you now accept them. Speaking of prophecy, foretold to all those who live adulterously, coveting the wives of their neighbors, acting lustfully. Why must it be that we deny the written facts? Not knowing satanic documents, hold on my strap, running like rats is body physical. Being denied a life eternal is the spiritual. Being combined with actually moral, we live for sensual, temporal pleasures. We have no morals. Raul Carrasquillo Jr. on Instagram. By the way.
All up in you, Rod. That was beautiful. Please follow Raul. He's amazing. All right. On deck, I have. I get to make these decisions on my own, and I just don't know. Everybody's such a heavy hitter. Sorry, was having a moment. On deck, I have Marcus Stokes. But coming up to the stage, it's my dancer. Where you at, Smooth? Give it up for Smooth. Oh, he's over there. Smooth, you want me to move the microphone? Can I do that? Wait, somebody who has the Paul, I don't want to have no fights and no problems. I'm gonna move it this way, right over here. Or the straightforward. All right, don't breathe too heavy.
Put my stuff right here. I'm sorry, guys.
It's all right. You want me to host it? I'm hosting it.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. It's okay. You got it? All right. Is it wet? Because I don't want it on the material. It's wet. All right. Give it up to Smooth one more time.
Hi, how you guys doing? My name is Lee Twan, also known as Smooth. You know what I mean? I'm a dancer from Brooklyn, New York, and I'm also a dancer for the Dream. So I came in a couple of weeks now. I've been coming here to perform, expressing my dancing. So for you guys today, I wanted to know if you guys ever heard somebody express with dance. You know, talk with their movement, talk with their body. So this is what the Dream Room does. We give you ways to express yourself. You know, growing up, how I grew up, it was always hard for me to articulate myself. You know what I mean? So it gave us a way to express ourselves and how we feel. So now we express ourselves through movement. So today I'm going to be expressing some movements and stuff for you guys. I hope you guys like it. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Oh, and last but not least, when I'm done, I'm probably going to be too tired to do this. So if you want to take out your phones, you can follow me on Instagram. That's Smooth540. That's SMOOTH 540. You know what I mean? So, alright, so when you guys ready, you can send me a follow. I'm sorry, I was trying to get the music done. I didn't get time to get prepared. So
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's cool, it's cool. DJ, whenever you're ready, can you turn it up?
That guys, we call that flexing. Yeah. Flexing was inspired by, one second. Thank you.
Thank you. You see the help? Give it up for the people out here working that.
Okay. So guys, what we call that is flexing. Flexing was inspired by the Caribbean. Pasa Pasa, dance hall, broke up. You know what I mean? So now we're taking it to another level. You know what I mean? I love you guys. Appreciate you guys for having me. I'm out.
Smooth with a VE, but it's smooth, TH, okay? It's smooth with a TH. We've made it to the end of our open mic. It's so cool, I'm not gonna lie. I wanna thank you all for really coming out and showing your love, for doing your best breaststroke, and coming to see us and coming to share your art with us and meeting me for the first time and supporting the new yo and for saying happy birthday. Y'all are amazing. I'm go ahead and bring up who we have coming next, but on deck and our last artist of the open mic will be Ukba. But coming to the stage, I'm sure he's going to set this motherfucker on fire. Give it up for Marcus Stokes. Don't come up here no further. Stop! I said give it up. And when I say give it up, I mean like this man might could change your life for real. Okay, that sounds better. Come up to the stage now. Marcus Stokes. Yeah. Oh. He said he don't need the microphone. You pop it up.
It's gonna be like I ain't trying to distort nothing on it.
Are you sure? Because I want to say Paul in the control room is very skilled. So.
Okay, yeah, it's y'all equipment.
Don't touch my Paul, I'm sorry. I know you can hear all of that movement. Is this good for you?
Yeah. Peace, y'all. My name Marcus Stokes. You can find me on IG_Marcus_Stokes. I'm gonna do some new shit. I just wrote this last name.
New shit.
Ode to Billy Woods. You be surprised how much self-control you got when you don't got. What you cop might get the cops on watch. I watched, I never witnessed. I never said specifics, ancestors spoken cold. I kept it cryptic. Seen 30 years of highs and lows, things I spoke into existence. Many nights I pondered position. Would I have joined the resistance or would I resist it? I guess we'll never know, or maybe we'll know in the next instant. Shit crazy. We say shit crazy these days like shit ever been anything but crazy, like Rome ain't always been fugazi. The fall of man was karmic. I am prophet. Am I prophet or poet for profit? I ponder, but I don't pander. I promise, I pray like I was raised by praying people. I churched occasionally. A cult occupied my curiosity. I saw enough to convince there's after this. I saw enough to know body is a temple. I saw enough to know body is a rental. I warred against my reflection. I fell victim to my affection. My affliction affected. Owls burned in effigy on internet connection. Internet detectives question, is this information disinformation detected? Porn on the next tab, an obelisk erected. How can I not be God? How can my mother not be a greater God? How can I not blaspheme the blasphemous false? The pot called the kettle nigga. The nigga created the pot. The kettle corn pot. I Netflix and chilled with the ops. They fucked me over the credits. They quicker to believe aliens built the pyramids than a nigga did it. The post-credit scene was me ready to avenge it. I'm such a tease. I'ma fuck the world. I'm just telling you what's to come. My cup overrunneth. The ambrosia smells like Jamaican rum. I'm with Ray and his nephew. We just wanna talk. Ain't nobody gonna jump you. That was a good one, right? Cause we all gonna jump you. I am the conclusion that you jump to. Don't get it crisscrossed. I mean, I headline the show that you come to. I am the star you orbit. I am the corner where truth echoes like canyon. I am canon. I am kaboom. I am Heru hieroglyphs. I am the trunk popped. I am regrets learned to live with. I am love untainted by reality. I'm as real as it gets. I'm as real as none of this shit is real. But if I slap the shit out you, it's gonna feel real. I feel real, heavily, empathy, everything. Fear of the planet contaminated in everybody's blood. Everybody trying not to spill none, at least not their own cup. I'm outside with Ray and his nephew. We just wanna talk.
Like I said, my name Marcus Stokes. I appreciate y'all. You can find me on IG_Marcus_Stokes. My music on all streaming platforms. Oh yeah. I got a feature coming up. At Rose Garden events on March 14th. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And what else you got going on?
Oh, I got a feature here on March 26th. March 26th. Yeah, I got a feature here. Thank y'all. I'm outside. Yeah.
Give it up for yourselves. Thank you, Loisaida. Thank you, Nuyorican. Thank you to Paul, all the way from the control room. Thank you to all of our volunteers and all of the sound guys, all of the people who work here at Loisaida Center. Thank you. I have the final person of my open mic list, and I want to say thank you because the weather outside is frightful. Woo! Check us out because we know our tunes. But this list, right? This list was full. Yeah. So I thank you for coming out, for weathering the storm. I am a black woman, so for risking the hairdo, for wedging the bottom of all of your beautiful fits, I thank you for waiting in the water for this art. Now, this final poet is not only a poet, but he is a friend and a part of my family and a part of the reason why I can live every day and still be happy and still feel full. Also, like, he about to blow your socks off. Marcus is absolutely kaboom. So this man has got to be like, I don't know, the Big Bang. So, real big and real loud, like it's the first time today you are giving anyone a round of applause. Give it up for a member of Friendly Fire, Ugba.
Wow, that intro got me emotional. You're good at this, friend. Like, big up to somebody's mama, for real. You're very good at this, nigga. Thanks, y'all, and I'm happy to be able to read this, but I also am happy that I didn't have to read this, and I was here listening to the Women Orators Wednesday, and so I'm aware that I'm given a chance. I appreciate that. This poem, real quick, I wanted to say this poem here, and I'm feeling a lot. I wrote the first version of this poem. It's called Auntie Pearl. And I wrote this poem as this auntie figure who was talking to me when I was going through a breakup. And this auntie figure, really, I didn't know before, but I was tapping into an ancestor or somebody else. because she was talking to me. I wrote the first one in 2016 when I went through a breakup, and I wrote another one in 2021 after I got married. And I feel I've gotten divorced since, and I'm feeling Auntie Pearl talking to me. Like I gotta write a new one. And I'm like, let's at least say the last one I did. So this is Auntie Pearl 2021 talking to me. So you married now, huh? Made it to the other side of that river, did you? Tell me, you leave anything in that water you ain't mean to give up so soon? Oh, hush, boy. No reason to be embarrassed. We all do that. Get caught in the middle of it and forget that breathing was never supposed to be something you had to think about. There it goes, that face, a wave in the Atlantic's reflection. Boy, why even when you looking up, you look like you looking down? There ain't no space for anything black that do that, let alone your kind. Besides, you're married now. You really built yourself a home in that canyon I last saw you in. I remember when you were just a wish of rain, dancing ass naked, hoping the sky had a sweet tooth for chocolate, but you found yourself a mouth, didn't you? And whoo, what a mouth that is. I bet you can damn near eat out of a room that clean. What kind of fruit that cave grow? I bet his words are all sugary and plump and got the kind of juice to leave your hands sticky. And I'm happy for you, boy, but just make sure you pay attention before eating anything that's sour. Shit, sometimes he won't even notice it. I'm just saying, I ain't trying to speak ill on any ground you watered. There's just some things I know. I mean, I was married once. He was a man made of smoke, or the consequence of fire that made a man. Either way, we became a pile of sticks together, rubbing hard in the hopes that he'll remember what it felt like to burn. You know, sometimes a man chooses you just so he can find himself, and I ain't saying nothing about marriage. You do what you need to. I'm just saying I ain't asked to be nobody's flame. I was just fine being wind. Hell, I was even water once. Could you believe it? Your auntie was large once, nephew, so large men would voyage for months and still not even reach the other side of me. There was always an other side, nephew. Your auntie, I ain't asked to be nobody's flame. I was just fine being wind. Hell, I was even water once. Could you believe it? Your auntie was large once, nephew, so large men would voyage for months and still not even reach the other side of me. And there was always an other side, nephew. An island off the coast that was just mine. You know, there was once a time the only secrets I kept were my own. Could you imagine that? To only have a bunch of you feeling you. And I ain't saying nothing about your marriage. Okay, I'm just saying there was a time before this time that I thought God was my husband and allowed him to fill every space in me, usually reserved for breath. And he was heavy, had me rattling like a smoker with a tambourine caught in their throat. But I was convinced that those are just the sounds a house is supposed to make when you're believing in something you can't see. And I learned the hard way that man was in fact made in God's image, because neither one of them answers questions. Now, how I look being a vessel for a nigga that won't even open his mouth to give me direction. And yeah, God be a nigga sometimes. I'm mothered enough to say that. Anyway, I ain't trying to say nothing about what you got. I'm just saying marriage ain't no church, it ain't no steeple, and for damn sure ain't no holy ground on its own. When all the glitter fades, all you got is you two staring across from each other in an empty room, so you better make sure their face is a view you're willing to get lost in, because it gets harder before it becomes bone, nephew. Trust me, you'll understand what that means when you're supposed to, so tell me, which part of your healing are you too afraid to leave at the kitchen table? Wow! Has he yet found the muscle you hide your doubt in? How many children have y'all daydreamed together? Has any of them been anything other than a metaphor? What made you throw those flowers he gave you across the room? What happened to you when he told you his truth? Why do all these bodies threaten you? Is it really a song that you need to write? Hell, can you and your boo even make it out of this poem alive? Thanks, y'all. That had me sweating. I don't want to say nothing else. Thank y'all. My name is, you can find me at Call Me Ugba. Call me UGBA. Call me UGBA. Thank you.
I know it took a lot out of you, so take a deep breath and give this man the applause that he deserves. Give it up for him. I am blessed and honored to be able to create with people like our feature Brittany Barker and people like Ugba, to have known them for so long, to be able to grow and be pushed by them. It is also an honor to have been able to see all of the artists who touched this stage tonight. So please, give it up for yourselves. Give it up for the artists that touched the microphone. Real quick before we go, because we still got a little time. And it's my birthday. Still very much so my birthday. Big mama, big mama. I appreciate y'all. And so I'm not gonna hold you. We gonna get all the time. We not supposed to be out of here till 8:30. I'm gonna give y'all one poem. I want to dedicate this poem to little me. So, from somebody's mama to Jessica, this poem is about keeping time, about growing up, about the changes and the many lives that I've lived. And so I think it's only right that I close us out this way, okay? And this is for the fan that hit me up on Instagram saying that there was no, recording of this. This is for you, shorty. This is called Keeping Time. Acrylics, bundles, and pumps. This hottie has hit a slump. She got knocked up and had a child. Tell him my time is up. I'm at a place in my life where I keep time by the size of my son's clothing and the new things that excite him. I'm currently living in the hour of 4T and volcanoes. If I met you 5 years ago, I would have been the Felix vixen who slumbers on a potential keeping time on a watch made from the glory of effective birth control. I used to keep time by the number of happy hours I could catch in a week. See, baddies keep a bezel bigger than the Birkins. Boys promise over brunch. It tick like the drip of a leaky faucet. I used to be that splash, used to have that juice. Today I'm M to the OM, M to the wizard. Throw up in my temper tantrum on aisle 5. I've lived through the era of puppy love and heartbreak. Thoroughly enjoyed the era of Heartbreaker. 10 years ago, I was the bullet you should have dodged. Rebellious as the first bad word on your tongue when you asked about me. They said I was a wet dream wrapped in barbed wire. Written in brimstone and fire. Desired a corset cutie with a pen. Living in a time of minimum wage and overpriced apartments. Kept that on a clock to top like top ramen. I still got to watch a clock my hot girl summers with. My wrist is thick with the weight of motherhood, so I just keep it for the memories while I'm raising a tiny terrorist. Plagued by the era of gentle parenting. Keeping time on a watch called giving it to God. If they ask about me now, tell them I'm living in the age of mercy, where the miracle is pooping in the potty. Raising a son who keeps time in the verses he's learned from Hercules. Tell them I have the privilege of naming this his era of defying the odds. He keeps it on a watch based after a fairy tale with a princess whose hair kinks just like his mama's. Tell him that my son will break boundaries bigger than the blasphemous benchmarks associated with his beautiful blackness. See, my son will keep time on a watch that is intentionally black. Aggressively successful and keep seconds better than street lights. It'll tick like the middle passage. He will show up and out because his alarm will smell like the fear of drowning, but he will know that he is unsinkable. And when you ask him about his mama, he gonna say, she is big barking, bigger bite. Bronx bred, boastful, A love song that sounds like the D train heading uptown rush hour. No delay. She requires ambition. See, hustlers are only as strong as their hunger. She is dinner every night. She's a reflection of her mother and her mother's mother. She is an endless fountain of, let me give you something to cry for. She is something to die for. Super Saiyan, no Comic-Con. Too cool for cosplay, but nerdy enough to read every book out loud no matter where she is, because she believes that good writing should be read out loud. She will read you for filth out loud, because the truth should be spoken in such octaves. She is octaves louder than the mercy an ocean could grant. A shattering ship, she is the ocean. She baddies wristwatch, TikTok, no drip drop, they be that splash. But the illest women keep time in the glory of an unsinkable man. Acrylics, bundles, and pumps. I thought the clock had struck a bad bitch down, but don't fret, don't frown. My time has just begun. Thank you for coming.